6 in the morning with Rick Wells and Julie Matsko.
Yeah, it's day after Thanksgiving. Everybody's kind of still recovering from all of that food. It's clear and 47 degrees out there. It's Friday. TGI, well, most people, it's Friday on Wednesday.
Well, it's
for those people who don't have to work today.
It's Monday. Is it Monday for us?
Yeah, well, it could be something like that.
Yesterday was a holiday.
I'm Rick Wells. Julie is in California. And
I'm Brett Shippen for Julie. Mm-hmm. And let's start off with a look at the headlines this morning. The search for a missing Army chopper is, and one soldier nears its end at the 10th hour in southwestern Oklahoma. The Army helicopter crashed into Lake Ellsworth near Fort Sill last night. 5 soldiers were rescued by locals in a fishing boat. They're okay this morning, but one crewman is still missing. Officials say they were on an over-water training mission using night goggles for the first time. After a day in the desert with U.S. troops, the commander-in-chief of Operation Desert Shield, President Bush, is in Egypt today. Tonight he'll be back in Washington. The president is in Cairo trying to tighten the Arab coalition against Iraq. He is expected to praise Egyptian leader Hosni Mubarak for sending troops to join the multinational force in the Gulf.
Today, the worldwide March of Freedom is threatened by a man hell-bent on gaining a chokehold on the world's economic lifeline. And that's why Iraq's aggression is not just a challenge to the security of our friends in the Gulf, but to the new partnership of nations we're all hoping to build.
They are also discussing the final stop on Bush's 8-day trip, a controversial meeting in Geneva with Syria's president. Here on the home front, members of the 145th Medical Unit from Broken Arrow spent the Thanksgiving holiday with family. Tomorrow they'll be deployed as part of Operation Desert Shield. Melissa Davenport, a medic in the unit, is one of those soldiers. Her parents, brother, sister, and nephews joined together for a traditional dinner before Melissa has to report to the Broken Arrow Armory tomorrow.
We don't have to go to war because, you know, in any war, somebody's going to get hurt or killed, and we don't want any of that to happen.
There will be a parade in Broken Arrow Saturday morning in honor of the 145th to see soldiers off to Fort Sill. World leaders are paying tribute to Margaret Thatcher. The British Prime Minister is leaving office after almost 12 years of leadership. Thatcher managed to smile in the face of a political decline. She's been called the Iron Lady, but President Bush calls her an outstanding ally and says he'll miss her. She's stepping down following a bitter struggle for control of the ruling Conservative Party. A successor will be chosen next week. Locally, what originally appeared to be a traffic fatality looks more like murder this morning. Medical examiners say a shotgun blast to the head killed a Tulsa teen. Police found the body of 17-year-old Kenneth Monty Jackson early Thursday morning. His car had crashed into a billboard. They also found a semi-automatic pistol in the car, but investigators say that's not the gun that killed him.
Yes, well, got to look at the news. Let's take a look at what's happening out there weather-wise, because as we told you, it's clear, 47 degrees, 53% relative humidity. Westerly winds at 8. The barometer is rising, and boy, are you going to love today. If you've got the day off, you're in great shape. Mostly sunny and warmer this afternoon. West to southwest winds rather light. 69 degrees. Overnight tonight, it's going to be another clear, chilly morning, light and variable winds, temperatures in the low 40s, and then on Saturday, sunny and warmer, southwest winds a little stronger than today, 73, and wow, it just looks great for the next few days. So if you've got the rest of this holiday weekend off, you're in the chips. It's going to be just terrific. That's right. And what do we do on the day after Thanksgiving? Well, lots of people head to the malls and start their Christmas shopping.
But what does the prospect of a recession mean to retailers this holiday? That story when we get back.
Magic Chef microwave oven with carousel and touch controls, just $149. Now at Mounts, where you get the best price or double your money back, and that's a promise, neighbor.
Friday, Saturday, Monday till 9 p.m. It's the annual Consumer Warehouse Sale at Chalmers Chevrolet Subaru. 27 legacy wagons, all interest-free for up to 60 months. You heard right, 0% financing for a full 5 years. Payments only $229 a month. Or get this, 5 loaded 91 four-door Subaru Loyales, all $199 a month, $199 down. But wait, there's more. Justies, now only $149 a month, $149 down. Plus, we'll pay your tax and tag. Only till 9 p.m. Monday. Only at Chalmers Chevrolet Subaru in Broken Arrow.
They're the hottest names in music just in time for the holidays. The legendary ZZ Top is back with Recycler. Hank Williams Jr. is singing about America the way I see it.
Don't give us a reason. Don't give us a reason.
And get Dwight Yoakam's If There Was a Way. Wrap up your holiday shopping with these hot new releases from Walmart. Overall, you always save more on the gifts you want. Always.
Bob knew I needed the report, but it's still not done. This isn't like him.
He sits in that room day after day and stares out the window. What's wrong with him?
We found out Bob had clinical depression and he needed treatment. Once he got it, he was his old self again.
For a free brochure, write Depression, Rockville, Maryland, 20857.
Good morning. Welcome back. It is Friday. Feels like Monday, as we have already said, but it is Friday, day after Thanksgiving, 47 degrees out there. And the day after Thanksgiving is traditionally the biggest shopping day of the year. But with trouble in the Middle East and the economy on the decline, will shoppers shy away from big spending on this day after Thanksgiving? Well, Mark Hunter from Woodland Hills Mall joins Brett to talk about whether this will be a Merry Christmas for retailers. Brett.
Thank you, Rick. Mark Hunter, General Manager at Woodlands Hills Shopping Mall. Thank you for joining us this morning. Will they be spending or won't they?
From all the information I know, the shoppers in Tulsa will be spending like they have for the first 9 months of the year.
Which is good, bad?
Very good.
Yeah.
The first 9 months of the year that we have records for, total sales at our center up 15%.
Excellent. Is this attributable to anything, a rebound in the economy, or just folks are more giving with their money than usual, or what's it?
Well, I think it's a sign that Tulsa is indeed back. I think that the diversification of the economy has helped in this city. And I think what's happening in other parts of the country, in particular the Northeast, is not going to happen this Christmas season in Tulsa.
Well, this is the bread and butter for the retailers. This is it. This is make or break for many of them. What's their attitude? What's the feedback from them?
The retailers that I talk to, not only in Woodland Hills but in other parts of this city, they're very optimistic about this Christmas season. As you probably well know, the 1986 through 1988 period in Tulsa was not good for a lot of businesses in this city, but 1990 should be a very good year for retailers.
Okay, and we hear so many people saying it's a recession, it's going to be down, it's going to be bad, perhaps retailers are going to have to slash their prices. Any evidence of that today?
Not in a big picture sense. I think that retailers in general, depending upon the season, will run sales, but I think what you see as far as the sales this year will not be any different than last year.
Yeah, they're not marking up prices, are they?
Who knows? Maybe just a little bit.
Maybe just a little bit. Well, they have to make it. I mean, this is what percentage of their year revenues is this? It's a large chunk, isn't it?
As far as profits, depending upon the retailer, but in general, 50% of the profits are made in the next 6 weeks.
Okay. One members of my family who works at Foley's says that she has noticed that more customers are shoppers are paying with cash this year. Mm-hmm. Any evidence of that that you've seen?
I think that's been a trend that's been around for at least the last year to 18 months, and I think people are just a little bit more sensitive to credit these days, and I think that those people that can are paying with cash.
That's interesting. You would think they would continue, credit's so easy, they would continue to pay with cash, or with credit rather than cash, but maybe they're just, you're right, more sensitive to the crunch, and it also may be a sign of more prosperous times, I hope, also.
Yeah, I think a lot of the leading economic indicators in this city show that personal income is up, and I think that's evident by paying in cash.
Mall traffic heavy throughout the week or weekends, or I know today's going to be a huge day for you.
Correct, and that will continue this weekend and then throughout the season as we get closer to Christmas.
Okay, all week long or just the weekends?
Well, Friday and Saturday and Sunday obviously will be big days, and then as people go back to work during the weekday, that will tail off, but the weekend again, traffic will pick up.
One question I'm dying to ask you, have has your mall and retailers there started their Christmas push any earlier this year where everybody complains, well, we're hearing the Christmas music the day after Halloween. Any evidence of that? Are you sensitive to that at all?
I think we're growing more sensitive to that. I think some retailers at times have jumped the gun, but our typical Christmas day starts last Saturday when Santa arrives.
All right. Mark Hunter, thanks very much for joining us and good luck at the mall.
Thanks for inviting me.
All right. Rick?
Yes. Well, up next, what do kids want for Christmas? Guess what, Mom and Dad? It's not really clear. A look at the list toppers when we come back.
No matter how hard burger places try to jazz up their cheeseburger combo meals, you still get stuck with the same boring cheeseburger every time. But for something really different, come to Arby's. With our beef and cheddar combo, you get lean roast beef, topped with tangy cheddar cheese sauce, plus a box of crispy fries and a 20-ounce soft drink, all for a special price. So come to Arby's for a combo meal that is different, instead of one that's just trying to be.
This land is your land, Oklahoma, on the move with natural gas, the fuel that uses our resources the most wisely, environmentally clean, abundant. Natural gas is jobs, prosperity, all across the state. And we've got more of it right here in Oklahoma than just about any place in the world. This is our land, and the future belongs to natural gas.
Decisions, decisions. You chose to have a baby. And now you have to choose again. Stay at home or go to work. Stay-at-home moms are better mothers, aren't they? Working moms can give their children more, can't they? You really don't have a choice, do you? It may be the hardest decision a woman ever makes. A personal battle in the Mommy Wars. A special report Monday night at 6 on the news on 6.
Oh, no. That's encouraging.
Makes you feel real secure, doesn't it? All right, 6:12 on Friday morning. It's 47 degrees, clear out there. It's going to be a wonderful day today.
Sounds like it.
Yes.
One Thanksgiving tradition came canned this year instead of fresh. A weather-damaged crop left growers with few fresh cranberries to sell this year. As one farmer put it, fresh cranberries, forget it. The fat lady sang 2 weeks ago. Retailers are usually buying up berries till Christmas, but wholesalers say they're out already. A turkey dinner with all the trimmings was on the table for hundreds of needy Tulsans, thanks to the generosity of others. About 1,000 people had dinner at the Salvation Army yesterday afternoon. Volunteers prepared 500 pounds of turkey and hundreds of pounds of other trimmings as well. A number of restaurants, including this barbecue spot, also opened their doors.
If it wasn't for them, my family wouldn't have a Thanksgiving. So, you know, it's important to me and to my sons and to my husband.
One restaurant owner said he enjoyed this holiday so much he hopes to provide free meals on Thanksgiving every year. And the Christmas holiday is fast upon us. Topping kids' most wanted list are noisy, action-packed toys and games that aren't cheap. At least that's the finding of some researchers. The Power Alley electronic bowling game was kids' first choice. The electronic extravaganza is designed to turn a playroom into a bowling alley. The cost, $140.
Oh, no.
A mere $140.
A shortage of cranberries, something that's really not very expensive, but there are probably plenty of those bowling games around for $140.
And there may be one at your house, too, right?
Oh, I don't think so, but I don't. Oh, that's great news. Lots of expensive toys to buy. Terrific. Well, anyway, it's a good day to go out shopping if that's what you got planned today. Clear out there right now, 47 degrees, 53% westerly winds, rather light, and they will stay that way most of today. And looking ahead, boy, look at that. Sunshine today, tomorrow, and Sunday. Pick up a few more clouds on Monday, maybe an isolated chance of a late afternoon shower in parts of green country. But all in all, beautiful weather ahead to do your Christmas shopping this weekend. So Memorial Drive in Tulsa should be a parking lot by about 10:30 or 11 o'clock this morning. Boy, wow.
Can wait to do any of your shopping.
That's right.
Well, in the age of recycling, turning in newspapers to become new newspapers is popular. Almost too popular because the number of bins to put recyclable papers in is dwindling. It's actually created a newspaper glut, but there's help on the way for Tulsa recyclers. Channel 6 reporter Brent Harden has the story this morning in Earthwatch.
Recycling has become big business, and the prices paid for recyclable materials are set by the basic law of supply and demand. That's bad news when it comes to newspaper because there is more supply than demand.
It's not the best market in the world because there's really a glut of newspaper, and they are hard to get rid of.
But there are still some recyclers that take newsprint, so Waste Management Incorporated set up collection bins at 14 locations around Tulsa. They include the fire stations at 3602 South Lewis, 7429 South Lewis, 7310 East 71st, 616 South 73rd Street, 4358 South 51st, 2170 West 51st, 4606 East 31st, and 11707 East 31st. Also the Thrifty Nickel, the Neighborhood News, the Homeland at 2501 West Edison, the YMCA at 8145 East 17th, the Broken Arrow Ledger, and Lansing Elementary School. Waste Management loses about $1,000 a month on the project, but Smith says there are other good reasons to collect newspaper.
Anytime that we can recycle a product, if we can stop the use of virgin wood, we're better off.
The one thing Smith asks is that if you come to drop off your papers and the bin is full, don't leave them piled on the ground or on top of the lid. It creates an eyesore and it gives his company a bad image. Recycling is all about cleaning up the environment, so don't do anything counterproductive. If the bin is full, look for another one or keep the papers in your car. In just a couple of days, this bin will be empty again. Brent Harden, Channel 6 News.
Well, thank goodness the Christmas season is officially upon us.
Yes, and already one Christmas flick is beating the box office records.
I give up or you're thirsty for more. We're gonna get there.
The voice behind this unlikely leading man is up next.
It's the grand opening of the new Evans Home Furnishings Mall. We've expanded, and now there's more furniture under one roof than the next 3 stores combined. New galleries, new shops, and great buys, like a complete bedroom in black lacquer, $3.99. The Rolls Royce of grandfather clocks, a Howard Miller. Your choice of queen-size sleepers. We've seen these advertised across the nation at $600, $3.99. Plus, this cellular phone is free with any purchase of $1,000 during the grand opening of the mall, 36th and South Sheridan.
Evans has it all. Friday, Saturday, Monday till 9 p.m. It's the annual Consumer Warehouse Sale at Chalmers Chevrolet Geo. This weekend, with every single new pickup sold, we'll pay your tax and tag. That's right, Chevy pickups, $179 a month, $179 down. We'll pay your tax and tag. Every remaining 90 model pickup, all priced below actual factory invoice. And we still pay your tax and tag. Or get this. New 91 Corsicas, Berettas, and Geo Storms, your choice, all $219 a month, $219 down. Only till 9 p.m. Monday. Only at Chalmers Chevrolet Geo in Broken Arrow.
Heart's Desire Pet and Hobby Center is a great place to get one-of-a-kind Christmas gifts. I mean, when you put a bird or some tropical fish under the tree, you can be pretty darn sure your gift is going to be unique. I mean, neckties. These are not. And don't forget our great selection of hobby gifts. Planes, trains, automobiles, and all that other neat stuff that guys secretly wish they would get, but never do. Heart's Desire Pet and Hobby Centers, 31st and Harvard in Tulsa, and in Broken Arrow.
Ooh, nice day coming up. 6/18, it's Friday, it's 47 degrees, clear skies out there. You know, the #1 movie at the box office this week was Home Alone, a comedy film about an 8-year-old accidentally left behind when his family goes on vacation.
Bummer. The film set a box office record, earning $17.1 million in its opening weekend. That's more than any film ever that opened between the summer and Christmas movie season. It's just one more hit for John Hughes, the man behind such box office smashes as Pretty in Pink, Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, which was on TV the other night, and very funny, and National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation.
Also funny.
Yes, also funny. Sherry Sylvester spoke with Hughes about his latest project.
In order to make his movie about an ordinary kid turned home security system, writer-producer John Hughes looked no further than his own backyard.
My 10-year-old was my technical advisor on the traps and stunts. So I asked him if he thought it would be possible. He helped me with the battle plan. And now, if somebody was going to break in the house, what do you think you might do? So he had a couple of good ideas.
And in a season that sports such leading men as Kevin Costner, Tom Selleck, and Arnold Schwarzenegger, Hughes went with the little-known and just plain little Macaulay Culkin.
I sort of like working with kids. I found there were a lot of things I could do, that were funny little things. And I thought, what if we got a 7-year-old, 8-year-old to carry a movie, you know? Leading man. That sounds like a good idea. He's this tall.
Hughes is the creative force behind such films as Pretty in Pink, The Breakfast Club, and last year's Christmas Vacation. He's written 17 screenplays in all, but the soft-spoken filmmaker says he needs the proper environment.
I usually play the music pretty loud because it masks the house sounds, and I tend to listen to one piece of music repeatedly, so it creates a kind of a white noise. And it's just me and a computer screen.
Yeah.
And some coffee.
Before, at least, I've seen you sneak in the back and watch your films. Do you remember the first time you ever snuck in a theater and watched one of your films?
Vacation, I slipped in, and I was just so surprised to hear people laughing at stuff that I had written. I thought I was waxing the car or sitting in my dining room. You know, that was the most amazing thing for me, was that I'd say, you know, I was picking up apples in the yard off the grass when I thought up the thing about the dog. So it was pretty thrilling.
And John Hughes still gets a thrill watching his pint-sized star get laughs from the scenes he created with the help of some loud music, good coffee, and his own 10-year-old son.
You guys give up, or you're thirsty for more?
Sherry Sylvester, Entertainment News, Hollywood.
I don't know that I'd be that cool.
It's kind of like the Ransom of Red Chief, I think. It's an old story, but it's, you know, it's kind of up to date. I talked to a lady who took her kids to this.
Yeah.
She hated it. She thought it was awful. But her 8-year-old kid thought it was the funniest movie he had ever seen, because I guess it's tricks you play on your parents, too, I suppose. Hmm?
Well, not me.
Well, anyway, time for sports. So, you're a Dallas Cowboy fan. Go figure, folks. You know, the only win the Cowboys got last year was against the Redskins. They played the Redskins 4 times on Thanksgiving Day, and now they are 4-0 against the Redskins on Thanksgiving. Look at this lady. Watch the game, lady. Watch the game. Troy Aikman rolling to his right, finds Michael Irving in the back of the end zone. Darrell Green was a couple of steps behind. Touchdown. Cowboys, 10-0 Cowboys. It was kind of a good start for them. And this guy is probably the best find they've had since Bob Hayes or something. Emmitt Smith ran for over 100 yards yesterday. 2 touchdowns. That was one of them. The Redskins, well, they just took the Redskins apart yesterday, to say it mildly. And the Cowboys now, Jimmy Johnson is happy. Joe Gibbs not so happy. The Redskins are 1 game up on them in the standings, but they're in the running, which is odd. They're odd, I say.
Odd.
Yeah, odd, in the running for a playoff berth.
Well, not for anybody who remembers the Cowboys of the 70s, which a lot of us like to hold on to.
Yeah, that's right. Grab onto those old memories. Well, anyway, Troy Aikman says they're looking to win the rest of their ball games. That'd make them 9-7, and there's a fair chance of that. They have one really tough game against Philadelphia left. The rest of them kind of walkaways. The Lions beat the Broncos in the Silver Dome yesterday. Big day for the home teams, apparently. But Barry Sanders, you remember him, used to run down in Stillwater. Now he runs up in the Silver Dome. Had a little touchdown yesterday. He had 2 touchdowns, rushed for 147 yards yesterday. Bob Galliano had a pretty good day until he threw this to Wayman Henderson. Now Barry Sanders can't tackle. Oh, he didn't even try to make that tackle. But anyway, Henderson ran for a...
He missed a block there, too.
Well, he missed a lot of stuff. But he didn't miss this pass, a little screen pass, and he took off, and that was the old ball game. 40 to 27 over the Broncos. Poor Broncos. They have lost now 4 games in a row. Now,
they've only won 3 games all year.
That's right. And
it's crazy.
They're 3-8. Yikes.
Oh, that's terrible.
Well, every other year, the Broncos. Now, how long would you live on a billboard waiting for your team to win if your team were the Denver Broncos? Well, this is Rich Goins. He's a sports guy for a Denver radio station. He figured he'd be down by now.
I figured they'd win 1 of 2 here. They're 0-2 now, and I'm starting to reevaluate my thinking. Maybe I am crazier than everybody thinks I am.
Yeah, well, I don't know. That's pretty crazy. The Embassy Suites folks fixed him a nice Thanksgiving dinner with pumpkin pie and turkey and all of that stuff, and they hauled it up in one of those little baskets. 50 feet up above the ground he is.
Oh, not bad, huh? I bet you all wish you were living on a billboard.
Oh, I don't think so. It's windy up there. He's only on about a 24-inch little platform. It's windy. He's 50 feet up, watching TV, watching the Broncos. And the Broncos have the Raiders next, then they have the Chiefs, then they have the Chargers, he could be up there a long time.
Boy,
if he
and Dan
plans to-
Reeves had a heart attack in the off-season, too.
That's right.
Maybe he should just take her easy, sit at home, and watch him on the tube.
Well, I don't know. That might be more painful than being there. At least you could watch. I don't know.
Could be.
Well, anyway, up next, folks, that's enough sports. An early morning meeting in the Middle East.
And the question on a lot of people's mind.
And it's 1, 2, 3. What are we fighting for? Don't ask me.
Some answers coming up next.
It's Maxie's.
After Christmas sale, before Christmas. Hundreds of famous brand fashion items priced $19.88 or less. Also, hundreds of wonderful gift items. $19.88 or less with values to $80. Guaranteed lowest prices. 71st and Memorial near Target. 1675 South Yale next to the fairgrounds. Also, Muskogee and Bartlesville.
Shop Maxie's. It's the place for you.
20% of all Americans now wear contact lenses. That number would be higher if buying and replacing lenses were more affordable. Now it is. Introducing the Contact Lens Club of America. As a member, you can now buy high-quality name-brand lenses at cost plus $3 as often as you like, and replace some lenses for under $15 a pair. Call 299-8771 and join the Contact Lens Club of America exclusively through the Jinx Vision Center.
In case you haven't heard, it's homecoming night here in Oklahoma.
Now's the time to get out and get to know your home state.
Meet the natives.
And visit your mother.
Ride the roller coaster. Toss a few, you know.
Clown around.
Say cheese.
Round up your family and friends for some good old-fashioned
Oklahoma.
Fun!
Call or write for more information on Oklahoma homecoming night.
Coming up on 627, 47 degrees. Say cheese. I like that little spot.
Good.
Cut out in the shape of Oklahoma.
Anyway. Try to ignore it.
News.
Okay. Time for news.
Yes.
The prospect of war creates unlikely liaisons. After a meeting with Egyptian President Hosni Mubarak, President Bush will meet with a Middle East leader accused of supporting terrorism. The president will meet with Syria's Hafez Assad. It will be his last stop on an 8-day Middle East tour. A common enemy, Saddam Hussein, is bringing Assad and Bush together. This morning, it was Egypt's Mubarak that spoke out against Iraq, making a double demand on the Iraqi leader.
Complete withdrawal without any precondition, then the return of legitimate government to Kuwait. If they are asking for no use of force, all of us don't want to use force. All of us want a peaceful solution.
In a photo session earlier today with Egyptian President Hosni Mubarak, President Bush declined to say when or if military force should be used to get Iraq out of Kuwait. The Egyptian leader says all peaceful means of ending the Persian Gulf crisis should be exhausted before stronger measures are used against Iraq. The U.S. Army is considering a policy change as a way to beef up reinforcements for the Persian Gulf crisis. The change would retain enlisted personnel, even if they're ready to retire or don't want to sign up again when their enlistment expires. The armed services have had this option since the order to send troops last August. As Oklahoma soldiers prepare for possible action in the Middle East, more and more people are asking the question, why? Is the U.S. deploying troops to protect freedom, defeat a ruthless leader, or keep gasoline prices below $1.50 a gallon? That's the question Channel 6 reporter Scott Thompson is asking and has a few possible answers.
Fun, and it's 1, 2, 3. What are we fighting for? Don't ask me, I don't give a damn. The next stop is Vietnam.
At Woodstock in 1969, the topic was Vietnam, and the question was, why are we there? 21 years later, hundreds of thousands of American troops are massing once more, this time in the Saudi desert. And on this Thanksgiving, many people are trying to understand why.
They're being sent in the Middle East to protect our interest in that region, and that's related to power. Oil is only incidental.
Professor Morkin says U.S. troops are massing to keep Iraq from becoming a major world player. Hussein, Morkin says, has oil. What he wants is power.
I mean, you're dealing with the Islamic religion. You're also dealing with people who are expanding their own power base, and they see the opportunity to be not only a regional but a world player.
Dobie Langenkamp studies energy law and policy at the University of Tulsa.
We're looking at someone who, if given the wealth of the Middle East, would develop a military machine which would be a threat to Europe, the Soviet Union, and to the United States. And I think that's why we should be there.
But Mac Beavers, who makes his living tracking national gasoline prices, says U.S. troops are protecting our pocketbooks.
Well, there's no question that it's oil. I mean, oil runs the engine of the world economy. That's why we're over there, and I don't think we should be embarrassed about it.
Thulsa County's top Republican shares that opinion.
Most of Western Europe and Japan relies totally on foreign oil, and I think that we're there possibly to protect their interests as well as the cheap oil here at home.
All of these Tulsans think the United States' Western European and Japanese allies should be pulling more of the load. But here's the man who really knows why we are there. He's spending Thanksgiving with the troops and says U.S. soldiers are in the desert to end the cruel occupation of an innocent state. Scott Thompson, Channel 6 News.
While the president is flying home from the Gulf, most people in the States will be thinking about Christmas, not the Persian Gulf crisis. Today is the traditional start of the Christmas shopping season. Despite the economic downturn, retailers hope to avoid markdowns they made last year. But one analyst says if this holiday shopping weekend goes poorly, retailers might begin price slashing early to stimulate sales. It may also be the time to start brushing up on Christmas carols, but Channel 6 Green Country reporter has jazz on his mind. Randy Lewin travels to Tahlequah to meet an Oklahoman with a musical message.
Founders of the newly created Oklahoma Jazz Hall of Fame chose this saxophone player to kick off a series of concerts. But Joe Davis is more than a man with a horn. He's on a mission to shed light on Oklahoma's place in the world of jazz.
I sincerely believe that in the history of American music, that Oklahoma occupies a spot equal to New Orleans, Kansas City, Chicago, and New York.
That's quite a claim. You might wonder if this sax player is blowing smoke along with his music. But here's some of his evidence. Did you know that Oklahomans and the Blue Devils formed the nucleus of the Count Basie Band? Or that Charlie Christian practically invented jazz guitar while growing up in Oklahoma City?
It is amazing. And in fact, over in this part of the state, the Green Country area, there is just Earl Bostic, the famous alto saxophone player from Sapulpa, Marshall Royal, who played lead alto with Count Basie for many years from Sapulpa, Howard McGee, who was very important in the development of bebops from Tulsa. Let's do the blues.
Davis is more than a student of jazz. He teaches it at Northeastern State University. And he tells his students if more people learn about the Oklahoma Jazz Connection, all of them could profit.
You see, musicians need employment, and in order to be employed, they need an audience. The better educated the public is, the better the audience is.
And to every musician ever told, don't quit your day job, that's music to the ears. Out in Green Country, Randy Lewin, Channel 6 News.
The Oklahoma Hall of Fame, the Oklahoma Hall of Fame has two events coming to Tulsa. A week from Sunday, a blues concert. The week after, a little gospel music. And how about a little nice weather, Rick?
Yeah, well, let's wrap the weather, you know. Friday's going to be filled with lots of sun, a mighty good day to spend your money. Christmas shopping or something. Well, anyway, enough of that. No jazz, though. Clear skies, 47 degrees, 53. I'll never MC Hammer. I'm not. Anyway. Westerly winds at 8. The barometer is rising. Other temperatures around our area this morning, very, very nice. Some cool readings, 38 up in Ponca City, 37 down in McAllister, but otherwise in the 40s. Wonderful day ahead. The cloud patterns, Oklahoma is clear. All of that stuff is down to the south of us. Big area of high pressure building out to the west, and that's going to clear our skies and give us lots of sunshine and warming temperatures from the west. Just a beautiful, beautiful day in this neighborhood and everybody's neighborhood in this part of the country. Lots and lots of warm air moving up into the plains, and high pressure is going to keep our skies clear and will for the next 3 or 4 days, so you will like it. Temperatures this afternoon in the 70s in most of Oklahoma. We're going to be right on the edge, 69 or 70 degrees this afternoon. In fact, let's look at our forecast. We'll tell you mostly sunny, warmer temperatures, west to southwest winds rather light, 69 degrees this afternoon. Overnight tonight, clear and chilly again, light and variable winds down in the 40s, and then tomorrow afternoon for Saturday. And the rest of your weekend looks wonderful. Sunny, warmer, southwest wind, 73 tomorrow. It only gets better. 77 on Sunday with lots of sunshine. And then Monday, back to work and back to school, unless you call in sick or take a day off or get some vacation or something, 75 degrees. So terrific weather ahead for the next few days.
Looks great.
Yeah, good shopping weather. Lots of good things happening.
Well, up next, a wayward holiday float.
And don't have a cow, man, but guess who's the king of Macy's Parade? Yikes.
That's scary.
1927, Macy's introduced Over the years, a flashlight goes through a lot of batteries. But the rechargeable flashlight from First Alert never needs batteries, and it's always ready to shine. Get the rechargeable flashlight from First Alert and quit throwing your money down the tube. With most rechargeable lights, you need an extra hand to shine them where you want. So First Alert created Ready Light, the rechargeable light with a swivel head. Ready Light from First Alert, always ready to lend a hand.
You're going to love it when we say no at Mounts. That's right, we're saying no. No down payment for 90 days, no finance charges, no bait and switch, and no high prices.
Hurry over to Mounts for great savings on all Mitsubishi Diamond Vision color portables, monitors, and table model TVs. Mitsubishi stereo consoles and Mitsubishi VCRs have special pricing. And even big screen Mitsubishi TVs from 31 to 60-inch models now have prices we know you're going to love. But only at Mounts, where you get best price or double your money back.
The other day, I ran into someone who bought their shampoo at the same place they bought their lettuce. Can you believe it? Boy, you should have seen their hair. If you want to buy your hair care off the same shelf you do your drugs, you may be well before your hair is. For your Beauty Biz prescription for beautiful hair, try this. Get the Natural Shine Hairspray, only $1.99, or Tweezer Man Tweezers, best tweezer money can buy, only $10.88 right now at Beauty Biz. 13 Tulsa locations, largest selection, latest products, lowest prices. Open to the public 7 days a week. Beauty Biz.
Hi. Yes.
Tweezer Man.
Tweezer Man.
For Christmas.
That's right. Buy your hair stuff the same place you buy your lettuce. Hi,
For Christmas.
That's criminal. That's right. For Christmas. A little shh. Anyway, just flipping over to 6:39 on Friday morning. It's 47 degrees out there. Good day yesterday. Lots of parades and stuff, huh?
Yeah, lots of parades for many New Yorkers. The highlight of the Thanksgiving holiday was the Macy's Parade. An estimated 2 million spectators lined New York City for the Broadway in New York City for the 64th annual Macy's Parade. New York City's concrete canyons were once again invaded by the larger-than-life figures of Spider-Man, Kermit the Frog, and dozens of others, including 2 new characters this year. A big red dog, who I have no idea is...
Clifford.
That's why I said Clifford.
Yeah.
And the underachieving iconoclast Bart Simpson.
Yeah.
Well, one Thanksgiving Day parade float in Michigan ended up 45 miles off target yesterday. Maybe Chilly Willy was headed for home, but somehow the 30-foot helium-filled penguin broke loose from its stays and floated off. That was the night before Thanksgiving, so Chilly didn't make it to this Detroit parade destination. At parade time, the $15,000 bird was floating at 5,000 feet. And last night, Chilly was found in Canada. Well, it's beginning to look a lot like Christmas already, especially at Utica Square. Last night, more than 2,000 people crowded into the shopping center to take part in the Tulsa holiday tradition. The crowd looked at decorations based on the Nutcracker story, listened to Christmas carols, and had a chance to see the Utica Christmas lights turned on. About 250,000 lights decorate the shopping center this year. The Christmas lights will be turned on at dusk throughout the holiday season. And now it's okay to play that Christmas music and get into the spirit.
Yeah, well, you got to get
It's great
Thanksgiving over with. I hate it when they start that before that.
And they always do.
And we're out of cranberries, and that's good news. That's like a Christmas present. Shorties of cranberries.
Well, I wouldn't go that far. But up next, the search for a missing soldier in Oklahoma.
And a mighty leader who will be missed. Coming up.
Ever wondered where Anthony's great gifts come from? Like Van Heusen shirts. Well, now through Sunday, you can find your Van Heusen favorites for up to 50% off. Impeccably tailored dress shirts are just $12. That's half price. Save 40% on easygoing sports shirts, just $14.99. And gift wrapping's free, just for the asking. Van Heusen shirts. Now that's a lot of comfort and joy from Anthony's.
Comfort and joy at Anthony's. Crow Brothers Toyota.
I got a Crow Brothers deal on a new Camry. Crow Brothers, I love what you do for me.
Get a Crow Brothers deal on a new 1991 Camry for as low as $11,948. Comfort and durability, that's Toyota.
Crow Brothers, we love what you do for us. Crow Brothers Toyota. Right on the corner of 11th and 169.
It's Maxie's.
After Christmas sale, before Christmas. Hundreds of famous brand fashion items priced $19.88 or less. Also, hundreds of wonderful gift items. $19.88 or less with values to $80. Guaranteed lowest prices. 71st and Memorial near Target. 1675 South Yale next to the fairgrounds. Also, Muskogee and Bartlesville.
Shop Maxie's. It's the place for you.
6:41 on Friday morning. 47 degrees out there and clear. It's a very, very nice morning, as you can see. Light westerly winds, 8 miles per hour. It's just going to be a wonderful day to get out there and do your Christmas shopping or whatever you have planned for today. If you have travel plans ahead for today, look for mild temperatures down south in Texas, 73 in Houston, 73 in Dallas. Where Shamu lives, it'll be 75 today. In the southeast, 66 in Atlanta. There is a chance of some thunderstorms. That cold front now, or at least by the end of today, will rest along the Gulf and up the coast. So a chance of some thunderstorms, 78 in Orlando. In the northeast, some rains, maybe some snow flurries, just damp conditions, drizzly conditions, 54 in New York City and rather unpleasant there. Plenty of sunshine in the plains, 42 degrees in the Twin Cities. Pacific Northwest, wet once again. They don't need the rain, but they're getting it anyway. They'd like to hold their hands up and say, stop, but they can't. 57 and rain in Seattle today in the southwest. You're going to like that? Sunshiny, 77 in L.A. A few travel hang-ups, no serious weather problems anywhere on that map, Brett.
Thank you, Rick. Rescuers will continue their search this morning for an Army Reserve soldier missing after his helicopter crashed into a lake north of Fort Sill last night. 5 other soldiers were also aboard. They were rescued from the waters by locals in a fishing boat. The helicopter crashed while on a night training mission. Residents near Lake Ellsworth say they heard an explosion just before the helicopter hit the water. The soldiers had just been called up for active duty from Little Rock, Arkansas. 2 Americans were among 38 people who died in a Thailand plane crash. Heavy rain and gusty winds may have caused the plane to crash before trying to land. The plane was on a 50-minute flight from Bangkok when it exploded, killing everyone aboard. An investigation is underway. Well, the Iron Lady is calling it quits after 11 years as British Prime Minister Margaret Thatcher says she will step down, pressured by colleagues who had been losing confidence in her leadership. Thatcher says her decision is in the best interest of the ruling Conservative Party. She says she will remain in Parliament at least through the transition to another Prime Minister. Time now for a check on the business update with David Healy, business editor. Thanks for being with us this morning. And
good morning.
After Thanksgiving, it must be kind of tough to get in here and motivate yourself to talk about business or Wall Street, whatever's going on. Wall Street is open, I guess, today.
Wall Street is open today. Traditionally, today is the slowest day of the year on Wall Street. Most of the, well, one of the slowest days, let's put it that way. Traditionally, the traders are trying to digest their turkey, basically.
Yeah, they just stay home.
That's right. The other thing that Wall Street does today, though, is it watches very closely what happens in the stores on today. Today is traditionally one of the highest holiday seasons shopping days. This year, I think they're going to look at it especially close because we've got the situation in the Gulf crisis, we have the slowing economy. I think Wall Street's going to be looking very close to see how the retail sales come in today. Wednesday we had a good day in the market. The market was up 9. We closed at 25.39. Today I think we're basically going to be pretty flat. But it is the season, and traditionally you have to think, well, what does that mean to Wall Street? It's time to start thinking about, of all things, taxes. We're coming up toward year-end time.
Sure.
There are several deadlines that are coming up in the next few weeks and days regarding your taxes as you get ready to plan your year-end tax planning for 1990 and think toward filing those taxes in 91. I know we don't want to think about that this time of the year. But one of those deadlines that's coming up pretty soon is November 28th. November 28th is the last day to establish a wash sale for tax purposes.
What is a wash sale?
A wash sale is where you have the ability to sell a stock that may be down, that you still want to hold, but sell it for tax purposes and buy it back. Let me walk you through it real quick. Let's say you have 100 shares of stock. It's down. You don't just want to sell it because you think the stock's going to come back, but it would be nice to be able to take that loss on your taxes. Well, you would think you could just sell it and then turn around and buy it back, but the IRS says, If you do that, you're doing it just for tax purposes, and traditionally the IRS wants you to establish some kind of a risk. So what they say is that you have to hold the stock for 30 days in order to establish that risk position and then sell it. So November 28th is the last day that you can double up on your position and then turn around and 30 days later and sell that stock, and you end up in the same position, but you've established this tax loss for tax purposes, and as far as the IRS is concerned, it wasn't a wash.
Well, does that bring on a corresponding downturn in the market? I mean, will that be seen?
Sometimes it does. Sometimes you get what is called year-end tax selling pressure. Traditionally that happens the last part of November, the first part of December, and then we traditionally also have what is called the Santa Claus rally just before Christmas as people start to buy back into those positions.
Okay, we'll watch and see, and looking for a flat day today.
I think pretty much, yes,
Stay
sir.
at home. David, thanks very much for joining us. Still ahead, we'll be talking turkey. If you're in leftover heaven, we've got some help. That's still ahead. Thank you, sir.
This is an undisguised attempt to show you how much Triad Bank cares about having you as a customer. Instead of charts and graphs showing why we're one of the most successful new banks in the Tulsa area, we've decided to show you something you care more about. And maybe you'll begin to see how much we care about you. You've probably never seen a bank commercial like this before, but then you've never seen a bank like Triad, 61st at Memorial and London Square.
It's the grand opening of the new Evans Home Furnishings Mall, one of America's 10 biggest furniture stores, with more furniture under one roof than the next 3 stores combined. You've never seen anything like it. We've expanded our selection with names like Baker, Hickory White, Bernhardt, Kincaid, Sealy, and tremendous buys. For example, this contemporary sofa with the wood trim, only $369. You know what this will do to a finish, don't you? Well, it won't even bother. This solid oak, nostalgic table. Can you believe it? And the table with 4 Aeroback chairs is priced at $699 during the grand opening of the new Evans Home Furnishings Mall.
Friday, Saturday, Monday till 9 p.m. It's the annual Consumer Warehouse sale at Chalmers Chevrolet Subaru. 27 legacy wagons, all interest-free for up to 60 months. You heard right, 0% financing for a full 5 years. Payments only $229 a month. Or get this, 5 loaded 91 four-door Subaru Loyales, all $199 a month, $199 down. But wait, there's more. Justies, now only $149 a month, $149 down. Plus, we'll pay your tax and tag. Only till 9 p.m. Monday. Only at Chalmers Chevrolet Subaru in Broken Arrow.
Too much to throw away, and you may be interested in just how to save it. Here with some answers is Barbara Cusinella with the Tulsa County Extension Service.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Oh, stuffed. My refrigerator is stuffed. I have the same problem, I guess, that everybody who cooked turkey yesterday and all of the fixings. They always prepare more, or people eat less. You know, they don't come as hungry maybe as they used to. So what can we do to keep that turkey from just going bad in the refrigerator? I mean, or just make some room.
Right. Well, turkey does take up a lot of room in the refrigerator, so a little bit of time right now can save you a lot of time later on. First of all, turkey will stay in the refrigerator about 2 to 3 days safely. So if you're not going to eat all that bird in that next 2 to 3 days, then you need to go ahead and get it ready for freezing. One of the ultimate convenience meals is to have the meat already done, and you can take this and add it to whatever dish you may be doing at the last minute. We do recommend that you package it for freezing in either a freezer container or in a bag, freezer bag or foil. To wrap it in just a plastic wrap is not sufficient. What's going to happen then is you're going to taste freezer burn, and it just isn't going to be
It's going to ruin the taste of what you have.
Now, for those people that have all those bones left over, you can take and these are just stuck in a plastic bag for now. We're going to boil those and make some broth. You can either use it for soup, or it's great to be used
So these go in the freezer as well?
Right, that's prepared to go in the freezer and use whenever you have the time.
Yeah, my kids call it Dad's vegetable soup, and they get it after Thanksgiving for how long it lasts.
Great
and
idea.
after Christmas as well.
Well, and too, with soup, for those people that are hoping to maintain their weight during the holiday season, making soups with lots of vegetables and a little broth is a great way to help you cut back on some of those other high-calorie foods too.
Yeah. Now, this, I'm looking forward to this.
Right. This is great. This is a dish that just doesn't taste like turkey. It is a turkey pot pie, and it can be done very fast. This one has sausage added to it, which gives it a little bit different flavor. You can add hot or mild sausage. You brown the sausage, and then you make a white sauce. It takes about a half a pound of sausage per 2 cups of turkey, and that's about 2 cups of white sauce. Now, I've added a little bit of onion to this, and I got real creative and made a pastry on top that has celery seed and paprika added to it. But if you're in a hurry, you can open a can of biscuits and put canned biscuits on the top and finish it off. A great meal for one of those.
And you told me that you made this morning before you came in here, so this wasn't something you spent all day yesterday fooling around with.
15 minutes.
And so this really is perfect for this time of year. You got lots of leftovers. You can throw this in there, heat it up, get it going, and everybody can then go to the mall and do their shopping.
Sure. Or you can make it before you go to the mall today, put it in the refrigerator, and it's ready to bake when you get home.
Oh, that's wonderful stuff. Now, we've got the leftovers taken care of. We've got this taken care of. If people need more tips on how to handle this, or if they've forgotten what you told them, they can call you at the extension service. You guys working today? You're not working today, so they got to wait till Monday.
That's right.
But there's the number, 744-1925, a good year and a good phone number. Barbara, thanks for coming in.
Thank you.
Happy Thanksgiving. Happy holidays to you. Thanks for the tips. Brett?
Rick, along with all the other shopping today, many of us will be looking for a Christmas tree. There are good choices and bad choices and ways to make that tree last longer. Gardener guy Paul James will be here with all the answers when we come back.
At Snow's Furniture Mart, you'll find the biggest selection of dining and bedroom suites in eastern Oklahoma, all priced at a savings of 20 to 40%. In addition to these great savings, you'll pay nothing down, make no payments, and pay no interest till May 1991. If you're in the market for bedroom or dining room suites, now is the time to shop Snow's Furniture Mart. Great savings, and you'll pay nothing till May 1991.
You're going to love it when we say no at Mounts. That's right, we're saying no. No down payment for 90 days, no finance charges, no bait and switch, and no high prices.
20-foot GE refrigerator with ice through the door now, $978. Deluxe Magic Chef heavy-duty washer and matching dryer for $699. Frigidaire under-counter dishwasher now, $199. Name brand freezers from only $188. Name brand gas or electric ranges, your choice, just $268. So hurry over to Mounts, because you're going to love their deals. Mounts, where you get best price or double your money back.
Everyone who gives Christmas presents always wants to hear, "Wow, I always wanted one of those," which, by the way, is one of the phrases most often heard at Heart's Desire Pet and Hobby Centers. From model trains to exotic birds, Heart's Desire is filled with all the great stuff that most of you big kids out there always wished for around this time of year. I got this for my brother, this for my other brother, and this for me. Heart's Desire Pet and Hobby Centers, 31st and Harvard in Tulsa and in Broken Arrow.
Well, we're all decorated for Christmas, and I'm so excited.
It's festive, except for there's no decorations on the tree.
But that comes later. It's almost 6:55 on Friday morning, 47 degrees, and guess what? The gardener guy is here.
No, the gardener guy.
Gardener
He just
dude.
informed us.
Yeah.
The gardener guy.
Hi,
So,
your name?
I'm Brett Shipp.
Brett, pleased
Not to
to
be
meet you.
confused with Julie Metzko, who's
Pleased to meet you.
somewhere today, and I'm
In
more than
California,
happy to be
on the
filling in.
beach.
And here next to you is the biggest thrill.
So what are we talking about? We got this little green tree here.
I was on my way home from the in-laws yesterday, and I cruised by a huge Christmas tree lot and noticed that it was full. People were buying trees.
Imagine that.
Already.
Yeah.
So I thought I'd offer a few timely tips on how to select and preserve those trees. The selection process is really fairly simple. Your wallet's probably going to
Dictate a lot of that, yeah,
play a
you
big
bet.
part in that decision. But when you look at all those trees out there, bear in mind that cut firs last much longer than pines. Douglas fir, Fraser fir, Noble fir, those will last a lot longer.
Aside from asking the guy, how do you, I mean,
Aren't
is
they
it
fuller?
size of needles or something?
Well, it's a matter of personal preference. I mean, some people like the Scotch pines more. But yeah, you can just ask the attendants there. And when you buy the tree, ask them to give it a fresh cut, because no telling how old some of those trees are, maybe a couple, 3 weeks, and that cut portion will callus over so that it's difficult for the tree to take up water. So give it a fresh cut before you put it in the stand.
Fresh cut at the bottom.
Right, the base of the tree.
Okay.
And
We have a
another
fake tree
thing,
at the
you can add preservative to the water. Now, you may recall a few weeks back I was talking about how to preserve cut flowers. Right. And my little trick, which works well for Christmas trees, is to add a little 7-Up. It's got to be an Uncola. It could be Sprite. I don't mean to
Something
favor 7-Up.
cola
Without
stuff, yeah.
right, the caramel and all that
Sprite or
stuff in
7-Up
it.
or Slice or something like that.
Right. The acid in the 7-Up acts as a mild bactericide to inhibit bacterial growth. The sugar in it provides a little food for the tree, so that's handy. You can buy products that are made as preservatives. Typically, all they are is water and sugar, so why waste your money? Try the 7-Up instead. Now, another thing, when you get that tree home, you can spray it with an antidesiccant. That's the technical name for it. All it does is it keeps the tree from transpiring, from giving off moisture. So there's one product, this is one that I've used for years, called Wilt Proof. You can actually use these on your trees, live trees out in your landscape as well, to prevent them from transpiring through the winter months. But this is a real handy product. This is the environmentally safe aerosol spray.
Good.
Oh, we're looking at this camera. There it is, Wilt Proof.
Okay.
Clever.
All right.
And all you do is spray it on the tree. Shh, shh, shh. Give it a few squirts, cover the tree, soak it well, and that will preserve the tree for weeks. So for those of you who are buying them this weekend, I would definitely recommend that you buy a product like that.
Is that a fire retardant too?
It is.
Sure.
And as long as that tree is holding in the moisture, it's less likely to catch
You
fire.
made that up, didn't you?
And you can check with your garden center or your tree place for other products like that that will help you out.
Right. Or if you don't want to go through all that, buy a live tree.
Yes, you can do that too.
Buy a
Paul
live
James,
tree or a
thank you,
fake
sir.
one. All right, one final look at today's headlines. The Soviet National Legislature is pushing for an emergency peace plan. They're asking for President Gorbachev to sign temporary agreements with 15 Soviet republics. It's a plan to prevent further dissension in that country and stabilize the economy. And President Bush is preparing for a free trade mission. He's meeting with the President of Mexico Monday. The two men are expected to explore possible U.S. investment in Mexico's nationalized oil industry. It is in the planning stages.
Yes, and taking a look at today's weather. Whatever you have planned today, if it's outside, you're going to love it. Mostly sunny skies, warmer temperatures than yesterday, light winds, so it will be comfortable wherever you are today outside. 69 degrees should be the high. It's going to be chilly in the morning, Saturday and Sunday, and even Monday look just as good. So whatever you've got planned for the rest of your holiday, if you just want to get the kids outside to get them out of the house, today will be a wonderful day to do it.
This has got to be the calm before the storm. I remember this time last year, it was 0 degrees.
We keep saying that. I think I'm not going to stop talking about it. I'm just going to enjoy it.
Enjoy.
Have a great Friday, good weekend.
Have a good weekend.
See you Monday. Bye.